to do to get ready for the state assessment test, that it's really going to be hard to make time. And he said, oh, come on, it's worth the time. It's like, okay, so here we are, and I want to introduce Mr. Spinella, and he is a professional singer, opera singer, but he sings all kinds of beautiful, beautiful music, and I've just been totally entertained today. So, he is going to talk to you all a little bit today about life.
Is that my cue?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I'm Joe Spinella, and I was trained as an opera singer, but I also sing a lot of different types of music. I sing Broadway. I sing opera, which is a cross between opera and popular music. I also sing popular songs, love songs, a lot of Italian music. And I was invited here today to share with you some music, some songs, and talk to you about life and how the secret of my success in terms of how I've always thought about going towards my goals as a musician. And I'd like to share them with you to see if you have any similar ideas about what your thought process is during your day. For example, how many of you woke up this morning and did not feel like getting up to go to school? It's a pretty common feeling, right? But why are you here?
We're made to. We have to.
Made to. Made to. You're made to be here. That's the truth, right? Now, the question I'll ask you, if you can think about this, is, well, what if you weren't made to? What if there was nobody over you, dictating your life? For example, when you finally graduate, where you may not have anybody dictating what you're going to do or how you're going to do it, the question is, how do you live your life like that if no one's telling you what to do? So we're going to get into a little bit of that, but I'd like to just share with you that for me, it took a lot of years of practice, hard work, dedication, focus, and a mindset, that's what I want to talk to you about, is the mindset, which I think can help you all if you decide you want to adopt this way of thinking. And I won't tell you what it is just yet, but I'll get to it in a little bit. If you have any questions about what I'm talking about this morning or anything about me, please feel free to ask. I don't mind answering questions. It's kind of cool. So I'm a graduate of the Manhattan School of Music in New York City, which is one of the world's greatest conservatories. And I was discovered then by one of the Metropolitan Opera conductors in New York City, and so I'm currently coaching with the Metropolitan Opera staff, which is the greatest opera house in the world. So getting to that point, it wasn't by luck, and it wasn't by not really taking action or focus on my life. I really had to think about where I wanted to go. What I'd like to do is start off the presentation with a song. And this song comes from a Broadway show, and the song is called Begin the Beguine. When they begin the Beguine, it brings back the sound of music so tender. It brings back a night of tropical splendor. It brings back a memory evergreen. I'm with you once more under the stars, and down by the shore an orchestra's playing, and even the palms seem to be swaying when they begin the Beguine. To live it again is past all endeavor, except when that tune clutches my heart, and there we are swearing to love forever. clouds came alone to disperse the joys we have tasted. And now when I hear people curse the chance that was wasted, I know but too well what they mean. So don't let them begin the beginning. Let the love that was once a fire remain an ember. Let it sleep like the dead desire I only remember. When they begin the begin. Oh yes, let them begin the begin. Make them play till the love that was there before return above you. Let it sleep like the dead desire I only remember. When they begin, only the song. When they begin, the begin. When they begin, the Thank you. I'll give you some more.
Can you get the door, please?
Yeah. Are you saying Drake?
I wasn't the
Thank you.
worst. Several other people.
Thank you.
Oh, decided to join us, huh?
I didn't want to knock on the door because I thought that'd be rude.
Yes, it would be. And
Thank you so much for being polite.
you consider it.
I read the Code of Ethics for the school. That's not on there, but you should add it.
But he's a good kid, though.
Thank you.
Play Pete Fish.
All right, so I want to talk to you about the mindset that I have that has helped me to be successful. And I think it can also help you to be successful if you care to adopt it. Now, I asked the question, how many of you did not feel like getting up to go to school today? And most of you said, yeah, not me. Well, that's a pretty common response. The question is, why are you here? Well, because someone has made you to be here. But if you didn't have someone to make you to be here, then what do? Do you just go back to sleep? Right? Go back to sleep? All right. Here's the two ways that human beings operate in their lives. Either they're allowing their emotions, how they feel, to dictate how they're going to live. So, you know, your emotions and how you feel are changing moment by moment. So, if you are trying to guide your life with your feelings, like, oh, I don't really feel like shooting those hoops tonight, or I don't really feel like feeding the dog, let him die. Well, you're not going to be happy with the results. You're going to wonder why you can't really find your purpose and get to the goals that you want to, because your emotions and how you feel are always shifting. That's human nature. But there's another way to think, and that is with your brain. You all are very smart. You all have decided somewhere inside of you about commitments to something. You have commitments to something that you are true to. And when you're committed to something with your brain, you focus on that. So no matter what you're feeling at the moment, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're going to have feelings, for sure, that come up like, I don't feel like doing this, I'm too tired, whatever. But that's not what governs you. You stay on track. I have stayed on track for my career success by not allowing those feelings to get in the way. So when I got up in the morning in New York City to go to the conservatory at 6 a.m., I'm like, it's cold outside, it's snowing, I gotta get out and stand in line for the outdoor subway? No way! But my commitment to being in that school and graduating and getting what I needed to so that I could become a great singer was more important than the feeling I had at the moment. And how many of you are musicians? Alright? Do you have aspirations to do something with that? Okay? You don't, feel like doing anything with that, or? Do you have an aspiration of doing, and what do you want to do when you grow up? When you graduate, what do you want to do? Who wants to go to college? All right. Now, let me ask you a question. In order to get into college, what do you have to do? Yeah, you have to study for those tests, right? Those entrance exams, right? How many of you are currently studying for those entrance exams now? Okay. Now, let me ask the rest of you. Why aren't you studying for them now? Just a question. Doesn't mean you're right or wrong. It's just a question. What is it that, is it procrastination? I don't feel like studying just yet. I'll wait until next year. Are you juniors?
Sophomore.
Sophomores? Okay, so yeah, next year you probably have to start planning for all that. What about, what do you want to be when you grow up? Just kind of curious. Go around the room. What do you want to be? Yeah, just come on, just speak out.
Entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur?
Auto mechanic.
Auto mechanic?
Pilot.
Pilot?
Ball player.
Ball player? Ah, sports.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about sports for a moment, because I like sports. And I know what it takes for someone to get into the leagues, right? You want to be in the big leagues?
Sure.
All right. So how do you get there?
Dedication.
Right? Practice, devotion, practice, focus, right? You go to practice?
Yes.
Yeah. You probably love to go, right?
Sometimes.
Ah, see, the sometimes is the key. Sometimes you like to go, and sometimes you don't like to go. What happens on the days you don't like to go?
We run a lot.
You run a lot. Okay, so, but you're there, right? Okay. So this is a perfect example of this gentleman. What's your name? Barry. So he's going to practice. It doesn't matter how he feels, okay? Because he's going to be a baseball pro. So he's on the track using his smart mind. What else? Pilot.
Professional skater.
Pilot. Okay. Who wants to be the pilot? Right? Okay, you know that if you're going to be a pilot, you know you're going to be dedicated to going to you need a degree plus the aviation school, right? So, that is something that if you're going to be successful, you're going to concentrate on that no matter how you feel. You see kind of the concept I'm trying to relay here? It's not rocket scientist, but it's just a way of thinking. Because I know so many people haven't really heard the message of how do you think? What guides you? What do you do with your life when no one's around to push you or no one's around? Only you. There's no one else in there. It's just you. Now, you don't have to do it alone. There's something called mentor. You know what a mentor is? What's a mentor?
Teacher.
A teacher. Someone that oversees what you do, that's all correct, is a person that you can talk to. You have a guidance counselor here at the school. If you're not sure of what you want to do, and you're trying to let your heart decide all this, maybe you want to talk to the guidance counselor who can help you find out what your talents are and guide you in a direction of career possibilities through what your talents are and your personality. That has a lot to do with what you might be happy doing. Because if you're doing something you're not happy doing, if you're not happy as a pilot, guess what? You're going to be miserable. You know, a lot of people want to be an entrepreneur. You want to make a lot of money?
Yeah.
Okay. What is it about making the money that entices you?
It's so I can have more product, like if just to buy, like if I want to sell t-shirts and more skateboard packs.
Is it the process of being involved in the creating of opportunities to make the money that juices you up?
Yeah.
Okay. And also, in order to become an entrepreneur, means I'm sure that you're going to have to do what? Have you researched it at all?
No, I'm actually, I work at one of the local skate shops. I help out there.
A local what?
Skate shop.
Uh-huh.
So I know what I'm doing.
In the skating world, what about in the entrepreneurial world? Are you interested in doing something with the skating world? Is that why you're...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have ideas of how you can make money. Well, that's all using his brain. And you think about that a lot, every day?
Yeah.
All right.
Every day.
All right. All right. And you don't have to do it alone. You know, there's a lot of people who are in business. There's an organization in Sarasota called SCORE. It's Sarasota, I think it's for business, people who are just starting out in business who want to like get some information on what to do so you don't make mistakes and spend a lot of money, like making mistakes, spending money you don't have to. It's called SCORE. So there's a lot of people out there that can help you. Alright, I think I'm going to sing my next song for you guys. Now listen, while you're thinking about this, if you have any questions about it, don't be afraid to ask. But I do have a song that I think is going to be very appropriate for your school. I chose it because it's a song about soldiers who have fallen in action. And these soldiers work towards what in your history class, you have history class? You remember Manifest Destiny? You know what that means, Manifest Destiny? Creating your own destiny. In the United States, of course, had to figure out who it was going to be. So they decided on they wanted to be a free country, liberty, freedoms. You do the same thing with your life. You're going to manifest your own destiny. This song is about the soldiers who are protecting the destiny of this country. And it was originally the theme song for Band of Brothers, an HBO series. And it's called Requiem for a Soldier. Do you know what the word Requiem means, anybody? Yeah?
Kind of like a remembrance or something?
Like a bird.
Right. It is a service or a mass for the dead. And so this is a Requiem, which is a song for the dead. a tenor. I am one of many tenors that you may have recognized by name. My category of voice is high voice. And there have been a lot of great high voices. I don't know if you're familiar with Pavarotti. You remember him? So you know Pavarotti. How about Andrea Bocelli? You've heard of him? Yeah, Bocelli. You know Celine Dion sings with Bocelli, right? Yeah. Of course, I don't expect you to know too many tenors because that's sort of like a word that is not thrown around very much anymore. But Josh Groban, another tenor. Now, who in the pop world is a tenor? Who has a high voice?
Bieber.
He's a tenor.
Vegeta.
Yeah?
Adam Lambert.
Adam Lambert, he's a tenor.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, these are all tenors. Okay? These are modern day tenors.
Tenor.
So I'm a modern day tenor. Now, in order to become a tenor, boy, I tell you, it was a lot of hard work. It just didn't happen. It just didn't like fall in my lap. I had to work really, really hard to get my voice to the point where, you know, it's world class. And it took a lot of practice hours. But I was focused, I was dedicated, and I had the mindset that I could succeed. And if you focus on what you want, don't give up, you'll get to where you want to go. And that's hard to understand sometimes when you're young. But you have to work at it. If you love what you do, then it doesn't matter how long it takes because you're loving what you do. Would you do something if it took you 20 years to get there, but when you got to the 20-year mark, you finally made it and now you're like thrilled? Would you invest 20 years in your life to get somewhere? Is that a long time to ask?
No. Yes.
Yeah, right? Some people say, yes, I want to get my degree and go to law school and become a lawyer. That's instantaneous. 6 years, right? Well, it took me 20 years before I made it to where I'm at. But the reason why I made it is because I didn't give up. And I love what I do, so when you love what you do, it doesn't matter how long it takes. Because if you're loving your life, what could be better than that? If you don't like what you're doing, I'll tell you what, you'll be miserable. And why would you ever want to go into something that you didn't like? Because that's not really a healthy way to go. You know, some people want to chase the money. How many people want to be famous? You all want to be famous, right? How do you become famous? How do you become famous?
You do something that's not really
Well, I'll tell you, you got to know people? I'll tell you what, that's like luck. Being at the right place at the right time. You know what? When you're focused on your career, what you want to do, you are at the right place at the right time. It's not a matter of luck. It's that you're going to be there. You're going to be there. He shows up for practice every single time. So when those scouts come out, guess what? They're going to see him. It's not by chance or by luck that he's there. What else was I going to say about that? Fame. You can become famous overnight. Very rare, but it can happen. YouTube. If something goes viral, you can have your 10 seconds of fame, and that's it. Now let me ask you a question. How many of you watch American Idol?
I have to watch it.
How many of you watch contest shows like America's Got Talent? You're always familiar with it at least? You ever see those people on the show? You know, after the year, after they're done and they're finished with their spot, you ever hear from them again?
Nope.
Why?
You guys are supposed to go to school to learn how to improve it.
Because it's partly true that maybe they need to improve it, but the big reason is they never learned how to run a business. It's called the music business. It's called the talent business. It's a business. You just can't win a contest and then expect to be like famous and selling concert tickets for the rest of your life because you've become famous. It doesn't work like that. You've got to maintain a business so that you can operate as a musician or an athlete or whatever, a pilot. I mean, it's all about staying in business, which means education. And a lot of these singers, unfortunately, they win, and then after the year's over, nobody hears from them again. It's only because they don't have a successful business model in place. That's it. If they had that, they could stay on top, but most of them don't. So it's very rare that someone's going to maintain any kind of fame. And you would think it would be easy. Oh my God, all these millions of people have seen me. That's it. I've arrived. I'm done. Guess what? You've got to have a business or you're done. And of course, the other thing about American Idol is now not to, in all the contests, what if I told you that they were rigged? What if I told you that they pick out the winners ahead of time? What if I told you that the show, any one of those shows, is owned by agencies? These agencies represent singers and artists and talent. And guess what they do? They pick up the phone. They say, hey, who you got? You got any talent? Have some acrobats or some great singers? Or what do you got? What do you got? Oh yeah, I got this one couple that they do a really cool act. I want to see them. Well, guess what? If you're not signed up with an agency that owns that show, you're not going to win. It's a big lie. You're not going to win.
Dang.
So guess what? All right? That's how it works. This is the world of business. And I have to say it's ingenious because these agencies that own American Idol, they can bring in their people through, and one of those people from all the agencies that own the show, one of those artists are going to win the competition. They don't know exactly who's going to win, but they do know that it's controlled. Only this group can win. So all the other people that are standing in line, those are the goofballs they're looking for the entertainment factor in that show. So once again, fame does not happen overnight like it used to in the good old days. Like when Elvis Presley got discovered. It doesn't happen like that anymore. These days, if you want fame, you have to really work at it, concentrate on it, and be focused on it. And if you do that, the chances of you making it, if you've got some good people surrounding you, are pretty good. They're pretty good, as long as you don't give up. Pretty good. Any questions about that? Any insights? How many of you are going to go out of here and still rule your life with your emotions and how you feel moment by moment? Or is it maybe enticing for you to think differently? Does it? Did anything I said today make sense?
Yes.
All right. Was it a good message?
Yes.
All right. I can vouch for the message, and if you all are curious as to how you can succeed, don't do it by yourself. Get some guidance. You know, focus. But the day's going to come when you're out of school, and guess what? Mommy and Daddy are not going to be telling you, get up, you got to go to school. It'll be up to you. And how you think is going to determine your future. The better you think, the more you'll outthink your competition. So if you don't have any more questions, maybe I'll end with another song. Any questions? Yeah.
Do you have any
Sing with us, Gina.
Oh, of course. I've had struggles. Absolutely. It's only normal. No matter what you do, you're going to have struggles along the way. But the question is, what do you do with it when you have struggles? You know, your attitude can suffer, like, or you can like take a positive approach and just know that even though you might be kicked, keep moving forward. Just get up, brush yourself off, get back on track. Yeah.
We got an opera singer in here too.
Yeah.
He's a party chorus. Go up there.
That's what I've been hearing.
Come on, Vegeta.
You got bars, Steel.
Ah!
He got bars.
He does. Now, this is perfect what I'm talking about. He could have sat there and said, you know, I'm kind of nervous. I don't really want to stand up there. I'm too nervous. I don't want to do it. So he missed his opportunity, right? If he had thought like that. But he didn't. He said, you know what, no matter what I'm feeling, it doesn't matter, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to be committed to what I believe in, and that is I want to sing. So,
Vegeta!
go right ahead.
Okay. This song I'm gonna sing, I learned it my first year while I was in the Sarasota Youth Opera. It's about basically this guy who's in a gondola race, and people on the shore are singing this to him because if he wins the race, the count or duke, whatever he is gonna lose, and he will get his girlfriend back. But if he loses, the count gets his girlfriend. So. Facil ventue queta londa mi tenor la carezza, demustra la tua prodezza, prendiremo con vincate. Crap, hold on. It's been a while since I sung it.
That's okay. Relax.
Bars.
Si stende che la palma ti contente non ne vinca su, si stende che la palma ti sudezza, prendiremo con te.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Bars.
Brave man, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you're feeling inside. You keep
Absolutely.
moving forward with your dreams. See, now I know he exists.
He hasn't missed
If he
one.
hadn't sang for me, I don't know he exists. Now I can open doors for him. See, I can open doors for him now because he has made himself known to me as a singer. That's why, no matter what you're feeling, ignore the feelings, go with what you're committed to, because you don't know who's in that room at the time. It could make your whole life. Now I can help this young man, you see? Now, any other questions? Otherwise, I'm going to close the show with a song called Time to Say Goodbye.
Ooh, I know that one.
Do
you know it? Yes, I do.
All right.
Yes. I sing it all the time.
You do?
Yes, I do.
I've never heard
All right.
the opera.
I'll start the beginning.
All right.
Okay. I'll do the first verse, and then you'll come in the second verse, which is over here. There are the words in case you need help.
All right.
All right. What's your name again?
Nick.
Nick. All right. Here we go, Nick. Quando sono solo sogno l'orizzonte, mancano le parole. Sì, lo so che non c'è una stanza quando manca il sole. Se non ci sei, oh, con me, sulle finestre mostra tutti il mio cuore che hai acceso, chiudi dentro me la luce che hai incontrato per strada. Time to say goodbye.
Ai che non ho mai granito e sviso con te, e di soli vivono con te. Oggi tu navi per mari che lo so, no, non esisto più, con te rivivo.
Quando sei lontano sogno all'orizzonte, mancan le parole. E io sì lo so che sei con me, tu mia luna tu sei qui con me, mio sole tu sei qui con me, con me, con me, con me.
Con te partirò, paesi che non ho mai vedrò, resti solo con te, calmi sospiri, con te partirò. Su navi per mari che io so, no, 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 resisto con te rivivi.
Con te partirò, su navi per mari che io so, no, 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 sono io, con te io rivivrò, con te partirò. Okay, man? Alright, great.
Super Saiyan.
And that's what I'm talking about. I hope you enjoyed this little presentation today.
got red.
Did you have a party to hold that note?
Thank you. Thanks to your teacher for letting us be here. Thanks to Ted for making a little recording of all this. And are you okay with this going on YouTube?
Sure.
Yeah,
Is that alright? Anybody who doesn't want to be on
Follow me
YouTube?
on Instagram.
If you do, what? Is that okay?
Yeah.
If you don't, just let us know. We'll blur out your face. Well, actually, we're not going to get too many faces because we got you really. But this will be special on YouTube. This is one of the best classes I've done here today, and in the history of me coming here to do presentations, it was great. Nick, thank you so much. You just taught the class a great message. I'll tell you. You just put into implementation what I've been talking about.
Gita!